What's up, Dad?
What's up, Bubba Dub? How you doing?
I'm doing.
Man, glad to be here. Glad to be invited on your podcast, Bubba.
I'm glad. It's my pleasure to have you on this podcast. So, everybody, this is one of my best friends, long time teammates, Thaddeus Sanders. Well, you know good.
Man, just trying to survive the times, man.
It's hard, ain't it?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Things will just go
Pull that microphone just a little bit right there. There you go.
better.
Yep, that's it.
Man,
I might need to change this echo. Hold on. It seemed like it was. You hear yourself cutting out a little bit when you was talking? Let's just keep talking. I'll see. I'm gonna monitor it. I'm gonna monitor it. But anyways.
Well, my family is originally from Memphis, Tennessee. And we moved down this way when I was pretty young because my mom met my step-pops at Austin Peay. Like, my dad's from Florida. He was in the military. He was at Fort Campbell. So he met my mom. And
your dad?
Yeah.
Okay. In the Army? Yeah, Fort Campbell.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and then she met my step-pops. You know, I don't know if everybody know Bullet or Leroy Scott. They met. Then we all just moved down to Winchester. Actually, Decker. Went to school down there. Played ball, elementary school and shit.
At Deckard Elementary?
Hell yeah. They changed the names from the Devils.
Red Devils, wasn't it?
Yeah, they changed. It was the Devils at first. And then I remember the principal, Miss Cash, and she said, we're not going to be called the Devils. Which understandably, you know, but she didn't get approval from the board. And we went from the Devils to the Deckard Red Dragons.
I don't even remember that. Red Dragons?
Yeah, the Deckard Red Dragons.
I remember Pee Wee football, you know, it was Deckard Red Devils. That's what I played. You know, that's who I played for and all that. But I couldn't remember if that's what Deckard Elementary was called.
I mean, I know, because I didn't play Pee Wee football in Deckard or in the Winchester League. Like, I played for the Cameron Lions.
Yeah, I played for the Cameron Lions, too.
But yeah, man, just
my first year.
Yeah, just grew up down there, man, and grew up actually down here since I'm. And then shit, play ball, man, fell in love with.
I went to Franklin County with me. Well, hold on. Yeah, I was going to say we skipped north and south. That went to north, I went to south. It was South and North Junior High at the time. We hadn't done that middle school stuff. It was junior high, 7th, 8th, and 9th. That's when real men went to junior high.
Yeah, I was hated by y'all.
Hell yeah. So was I.
Man, couldn't stand y'all motherfuckers.
Especially the old quarterback for South, baby, running that option against y'all. I used to make Ryan Stovall look stupid at defensive end. I'd damn fake that handoff off the middle and give him that chick. If I remember correctly, I'm pretty sure there was one on the highlight film. I might have got you on the goal line. I made them old tall legs wobble. It don't matter if you deny it or not.
You talking about
yeah.
When
I was quarterback at South.
Yeah, you probably did. Hell.
So that went on for 3 years, the old rivalry between North and South right there. And then we all come together. And what's bad is North and South, we were good. North beat everybody, South beat everybody. And then we come together at Franklin County. And for some reason, it all falls apart. Is it coaching?
Man, to be honest with it, like when we all came together, like when we left our 9th grade year to go to 10th grade, like I think we were the best team in the state.
In 10th grade? Yes. 10th grade. Yeah. When Quincy and everybody was there?
Like, we were the best team in the state. I really believe it.
Well, we started off, 5-6-0?
Yeah, then, a little turmoil in the locker room and shit,
Drug testing?
Man.
That got some, I remember that you got him. He was a starting lineman.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know what, Quincy, I can't remember. Did he miss some games? Or Andy got kicked off the team, right?
Yeah, Braylon.
That's what it was. Andy quit.
Because Braylon was good, too. I don't think he wanted to share time with him. You know what I'm saying?
He was a year younger than Andy. Andy mad. Man. But, yes, you are right. Because we was running it. You remember when Quincy hit that Teloma quarterback, broke both his collarbones?
Man, I remember that came downhill. He hit that dude. He was like, fumble. It was the dude's helmet.
It was, yeah. Yeah, the dude stopped. His helmet kept going. It wasn't a ball. It was the helmet. It was the helmet.
I remember, like, everybody was like, football. Then, no, it was a helmet. That bitch was rolling up. The ear pads was flying out. I was like, oh, shit, he's dead.
Dog, the helmet kept going the same speed as what he was running, and he came to an abrupt stop.
That was a fucking lick.
It was like a car wreck.
I thought he was dead.
It broke both his collarbones. Both.
I didn't know that. I just thought he was up out of here. Because, man, they brought the damn ambulance out there and shit. I was like, damn, is he dead? He ain't moving nothing. I was like, God damn.
We beat Tullahoma's ass that night in Tullahoma.
The old man child, Quincy Russell. Rest in peace, brother.
Rest in peace. I remember being little. My dad coached. That's when my dad coached Little League. He coached baseball before I was even old enough to play. And Dad was coaching Moore Courtner down in Winchester. And that's how I met Quincy. Quincy was 10. And was
like
little.
He's 16.
Yeah. Yeah, he should have been driving his own self to baseball practice at 10. But that's how I met Quincy. His dad, my grandma and Dad knew Quincy's grandma. We'd go pick him up. Dad had to pick him up, take him to practice and stuff. So that's how I met Quincy, was my dad picking him up and going to his grandma's and all that.
Yeah.
And Quincy was, honestly, you know how it is when you're a young kid and there's a kid that's a little bit older than you.
And kind of idolize him.
And yeah.
I mean, that's normal, man. It's kind of like, fuck.
He was one of my idols. Because, he was great. That dude was Thad, he could have started strong safety at any SEC school in the country.
Absolutely, yeah, man.
Or in the conference. He could have.
Yeah.
And he didn't even try. He didn't even try.
Yeah, I feel like, man, I don't know what happened that senior year and that season, man. I feel like he just kind of just said, fuck it.
He wasn't there. He'd set his ass over there on the golf cart. Remember that? He'd sit over there with the water girl. And then just come out there and it was easy.
He wouldn't even go to school and shit.
Nope. Nope.
Just only to game days. And it's like, damn, Q, you have a fucking, like, dude. You hear about people going to the league, Jawan and Alante.
Yeah. He
could have been one of those.
He should have been the first one, really.
But, should have, would have, could have,
And then it's just, what the potential that he had, what he could have did, and then just end up the way it did.
I think about him all the time.
Yeah. I seen somebody posted a picture the other day. I think it was Darvin. Posted a picture. It was like, who was it? It was a picture of the basketball team at South.
Oh, I seen it. It was Dante.
Yeah, it was Dante. That's right. It had like Ryan Henn, Darvin, Quincy, Edward, Ed Pryor, PJ, and all them. When PJ was like 3.5 foot tall.
Man, I was
66 pounds.
Yeah, I was gonna give too much grace. I was gonna say 4'2".
Was you gonna say it?
I was gonna say 4'2". Hell, he's just short as hell, Like when you 3'6", 4'2", it's all about the same.
He's still classified as a midget, right? He's taller than me now. PJ grew.
Yeah.
PJ had a growth spurt, so I can't say nothing. He's bigger than me now.
Yeah, PJ was pretty good though. He could dribble.
He was an athlete.
He could play.
PJ's an athlete. Remember his little rat tail?
Yeah. I tell you what though, I remember all of them would come out and try to play. Like every year they would come out like spring or whatever. There's somebody get crunched and niggas be like, well, I ain't coming back out here.
Yeah. PJ and Edward were basketball players. You know what I mean? That Oklahoma drill made a lot of basketball players.
Mm-hmm. All right, man. See, you got to step up and show out on that.
Mm-hmm.
This ain't for me.
And I loved it. I remember Coach Carr telling me, you got to calm down. You've got to calm down. You play too hard for your size.
And
you keep hurting yourself.
You were always high energy, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I love that about you, man. Like, you were extremely high energy.
I loved it. I remember there ain't nothing like I can close my eyes and remember sitting there. I had the end locker. I remember sitting there in my locker on Friday night, and I just got taped up. I'm sitting there. I got tape on my ankles, my pants on. I'm about to put my socks, and I could hear the band coming from the school, and it's far off, and
Get chills and shit.
And it gets louder. And as it starts coming by right there, and you hear a door open.
Man, give me chills.
Hey, and the doors open out there, and you can smell the cookout. You can hear the radio WCDT 1340 just blaring it out there. Yeah. Hey, go out there with a warm up. Running backs and QBs, and let's go. Bring it out.
Man.
Wide receivers over here. Let's go. Hey, wasn't nothing like it, was it? And hey, you know, people in the league, the stories they tell, they'll tell you right now. They've been Super Bowls and everything. They still tell you there ain't nothing like Friday nights. It's the best thing.
Man, there's nothing like it, man.
Nothing.
Even like, man, you know, I played ball in Missouri, and you know what I'm saying, there was nothing like.
Was it Southeast or Southwest?
Southwest.
Southwest Missouri Baptist, right?
Southwest Baptist.
Baptist.
Yeah, Southwest Baptist University.
Did you like that?
Man, shit, I loved it, man. It was a shotgun throwing school, man.
Yeah.
So that's right up my alley, man.
Air raid.
Like thinking about like shit, might get lucky. Coach Mantis throw it 4 times a game, man. And so it's like you only gonna get 4 passes. You better catch some bitches and do what you can.
And just so people could understand what kind of offense we had, Mantooth played for Bear Bryant.
Man.
So this was a hard-nosed, you know, we're dominating the 0 to the 3 hole.
Well,
that's it.
What did he say? I was like 3 yards, inches, or some shit. Like,
that's right.
That's always his motto. I'm like, throw the foul though.
Yeah, 3 yards in a cloud of dust. We're gonna dominate the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, I'm like, man, I'm a receiver, and they ain't like, hey.
Sometimes we could fake it. You know, that play action is there for a reason, you know. I know he meant well, but that's what I was going to get at. So now we're at the high school level. Like I said, we win in junior high level. We're both winning on both teams, and then we get to Franklin County. At what point? Why are we losing? Man. I know we lost a lot of talent going in, but going up to like they'll say when it was just up to us, you know, our junior year we still had an extra talent, and then our senior year where it was just us, we lost a couple people that just went to basketball and stuff. But still, why are we losing like we did? Is it coaching? It has to be, right? Because we had talent. Maybe not as much. I mean, you know,
like, there was definitely talent there. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it probably could have helped if we wasn't playing Pope John Paul and Baylor, too, you know, that were recruiting, and they each team had 5 people on each side of the ball that was already committed D1.
Man, that shit. Yeah, that didn't help, man.
Golden Tate, you know, we played Baylor down there our senior year. That Jock McClendon, Kevin Cooper, they were all 4-year starters at the University of Tennessee.
Yeah, they were beasts.
And that's who we was playing again.
Yeah.
It's stupid. Stupid.
Man, what are you going to do, man?
I just gave it all I had.
You just got to show up and play, man.
I remember they were down on the goal line. We were playing in Franklin County our junior year. That was that pitcher that was ended up in the annual, and I blitzed through there right beside Jock. They had Jock lined down there remember they used to put that Velcro number on him, and they lined him down at fullback. And I had blitzed and went right by him before he even got up. And got that fumble out, and there's a picture of us in the annual, and I'm holding the ball up, and you're behind me celebrating, and Desmond's coming up celebrating, and I had that blue visor on. It was sweet. Yeah. That was a badass picture. It was bad. Man, this Ukraine stuff's crazy. And, you know, that's still going on. Nobody's even talking about it now. And boys is over there fighting, dying. There's Americans over there fighting. There's some Americans, chosen company, they're almost filling whole units of volunteers. Yeah.
Man, I'm going to be honest with you. That's one thing I've never really, like, I knew about it, but I haven't really just looked into detail about it. So it's like, man, I don't want to speak on something like I really don't know about.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, that's good, because there's a lot of people that do that all the time.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't feel like that's being authentic. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't speak on something you don't know shit about.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that do that.
Like, I'm willing to learn about it.
This is real combat footage. Okay, that dude just put a grenade down in that pipe. But I guess they're down there, and look at them. It's raw, man. People don't realize what war is.
I was just about to speak on that, man. Like you go through these comments on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. You see these, and I'm like, man, I'm willing to do this. And
send me over there with this and this.
You have no clue.
Yeah, they don't realize, besides just what's happening to you, just exactly what combat is. I mean, just the violence of it. Like, it's and the way and who it affects, especially in a situation like that where it happened to a whole country. Civilians are all there and feeding your children, everything, like just what war really is. And like I said, you get these damn rednecks that oh, you send me over there, me and three of my boys with 30-30s, blah blah blah, and this and that, and we'd do this and do that. No, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't. First of all, you couldn't run. You couldn't run from this foxhole to that checkpoint with 2 ammo cans and back without freaking being out of breath and having to take a break. They don't understand what really goes into it. And like me and you were talking about, when I'm in full kit and everything,
I was just about to bring that out. I was just about to bring that out.
Just what it would take them if they wasn't wearing anything. When you're in full kit, that's 300 and something pounds you're toting. When you're in full kit, if you have an assault pack on, plates, helmet, everything like that, weapon, mags, and then you add the ammo cans, you're pushing 300 pounds. And you're running like that. And these people don't understand what it really is.
And the motherfuckers be talking can't even fucking hold their own body weight.
Nope. Couldn't do 10 push-ups.
Yeah, it's always been bizarre to me. Right.
But again, people are talking about things they don't know. You know what I mean? But, the world.
Man, you know what? Like, man, to be honest with you, man, dumbing down the people was all part of the plan.
Institutionalizing?
Yeah, like, man, I want to say they're building like 3 to 5 new billion-dollar prisons right here in America.
Prisons? There's big money in that, right?
I'm saying Google it. I'm going to be correct.
I could pull it up on yeah, go ahead, Google it. You probably get it up faster than I can. I hadn't really ever understood how that works, how they're monetizing imprisonment.
Man, okay, boom. Let me read these off to you.
Okay.
It says key new prison projects and trends include, they in Arkansas, Kentucky, South Dakota, New Jersey, immigrant detention expansion, private sector involvement.
In rural areas, right? Are they state or federal?
I'm going to let you.
Let me see.
All right. Does it really matter?
Several new prisons and detention centers are currently under construction or planned across the U.S. for 25 and 26, driven by overcrowding aging facilities. So all these prisons that we already have are already overflowing. And expanded immigration detention needs. All right, so let me read this.
Who you think is going to fill them?
Driven by overcrowding aging facilities and expanded immigration detention needs. Okay.
Who do you think is going to fill them?
Immigrants, illegal aliens, right? I think that's what it's saying. Major projects include a $500 million federal prison in Kentucky, an $825 million facility in South Dakota. That's going to be a big one. A new Arkansas state. So those two are federal. Over almost $500 million. Here we go. And significant expansion of ICE detention capacity. So now instead of getting the illegal immigrants like they were and deporting them, so now what, we're going to put this much money in and imprison them here, and we have to pay for that. That's the only way it can work. Immigration detention expansion. The Department of Homeland Security is implementing a hub and smoke model aiming for major detention expansions, including a mega center in Social Circle, Georgia, to house a targeted 100,000 immigrants. What?
Was it about deportation or is it about
money?
Man, you know what I'm saying? Like,
it always is about money. We already know that. You know what I mean? We already know that. And here, yeah. So these projects often focus on replacing outdated infrastructure and expanding capacity with significant investment in rural areas, according to reports. So that's so here. So what they're saying, or what that last statement said, it says they often are for. It seemed to me like that. Usually, when they do this, it's because they are going to shut down another one, an outdated to build this new one. But this doesn't seem like that. This seems like they're building new ones for illegal immigrants now. Instead of deporting them, now we're just going to imprison them for us to pay for them. And that's a lot of money. And that's federal. That means everybody. That's not just a state problem. I feel like you'd have to export. You'd have to deport them. Well, no, I guess that's not true because Americans always talk about getting put in prison in Mexico. Nobody wants to go to jail in Mexico, right? That's what you've always heard.
Hell no.
I don't want to go to jail nowhere, but I mean, hell.
Man, it's just like, dude, it's just a lot of shit that's like really going on that people have no clue. And then like when you really just look shit up, you kind of just like, hold on.
Okay, yeah, right. But why is that not out? Well, because there's a lot of distractions right now.
Man,
what is the distraction? What's the distraction and what's the real problem?
The dumbing down of the masses.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like, if you're not willing to learn or want to know more about anything,
and the masses,
and you have the access to unlimited information,
yeah.
What do you most people use it for? TikTok, Instagram.
Right. And like you said, the masses, there's a very small percentage of that actually want to learn. Most of it, the majority is just going to, like you said, want to hear it off of TikTok, this, that, and take it and run with it. And it's the gospel.
It's parroting.
Right. They're living off of propaganda and lies.
So it's almost like, damn, we see it every day. We know people like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But if you call them out and tell them they're wrong, it's like, man, maybe just look into this or look into that. They're going to shut you out. So it's like, man, are they even willing to see, just look shit up or see shit from a different side? Or, you know what I'm saying? Most people are not willing to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
They're stuck in their ways. So how can a population better themselves without willing to work on educating themselves?
But probably because it's going to take work and it's going to be hard. And nobody in this country wants to, again, the majority, if it's hard or work, they don't want to do it, right? Americans are spoiled. They're spoiled and they're lazy. I hate to say it, but it's the truth.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
It is the truth.
You're absolutely right, brother.
Me and you are. We're spoiled to points that we don't know. But I think we're part of the small percentage that can at least realize it instead of being it, denying it, or living in a denial and contributing to the problem and making it worse.
And we live like in a society now where being honest and being truthful is considered taboo.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, man, telling somebody the truth and being brutally honest with them.
You're rude.
You're rude.
You're an asshole.
You're disrespectful.
Yep.
It's like, man, do I look fat in this? Hell yeah, you do, man. Shit. This shit too small.
Yep.
She don't want you to tell them that. She wants you to say, yeah, I look good.
Yeah.
Like, bitch, you know you look fucking fat. You looked in the mirror.
Yep.
You wanted me to lie to you.
Yep. And now you're the victim. I'm the bad guy, and now you've victimized yourself. And that's a problem everywhere. You know what I mean? And I tried to put that point, I was coaching Major's Pee Wee football team last year. I had to set them boys down, and I told them, I said, I'm tired of the victim mindset. They all had it. My son was one of the worst ones. Victim mindsets, because they had to run, because they had to do this. Everything they did, they were victims. They were just a victim mindset. They felt sorry for themselves. And I set them down. I was like, no. I said, this is done. I said, we are not victims. I said, you boys are blessed. I said, y'all don't have any idea how good y'all got it. I said, y'all are blessed to have this opportunity that y'all's parents bring you out here and you get to do this.
It's our fault.
Yeah.
Because look, I've always, me and my wife would have this conversation. Man, like, boom. Her grandfather had fucking tons of fucking land and properties.
Jessica's grandpa did?
Yeah.
In Clarksville?
Nah, in White Bluff.
White Bluff?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you know what I'm saying? Because he didn't have shit growing up. So he wanted to do for his children and his children's children.
As any good man would.
But they didn't want it. You know what I'm saying? Because he gave them everything, took care of them, made them, you know what I'm saying? Like,
then they
didn't want shit.
They want money.
They sold all the property.
Because they wanted money. And that property took work.
So,
God, I'd give anything to have
see
that.
What I'm saying? Like, man, see how we kind of just like, man, we'll go through something that we don't want our kids to go through, so we'll feel like, man, we want to make it easier on them.
And we're ruining them.
We're ruining them, and I think it skips like a generation. Like,
Yeah.
man, I think that, like,
Yeah. There's been a couple times, and I've realized that as well, and I've been working on that kind of, and it hurts to do that as a parent to your kid, because I guess the point that I'm trying to make is, for example, the other day, Major was wanting something. I can't remember what it was. It was something very nice that he does not need yet or whatever, but he could have got it. I could have got it for him, but I didn't. I did not let him get it. And the reason is, he was like, well, so and so has it. So and so's dad, blah, 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 blah. The reason is, I was like, look, man, life is hard. Life is hard. First of all, you have did nothing to deserve this the very nice thing. But also, the way life is going to treat you is not going to be fair. It's going to suck. But the point that I'm really trying to make to him is, sometimes life is going to suck and you're not going to be able to get what you want. Even if you're able to get it, you're just not going to be able to get it. Okay? And somebody is not always going to be there to get it for you either.
Exactly.
And I've tried to start implementing that into his life so he understands that life is hard, it's unfair, and that if you want something, you need to step and do it yourself and go get it. And do not depend on anybody else.
Because the world...
And they are going to... They're out to get you. They're going to screw you over every chance they can.
And comparison is the thief of joy.
Oh, yeah. The grass greener on the other side.
Like,
then you get there and you realize it was spray painted. Yeah. It's a sin too, right?
Envy,
comparison. I mean, they go together. They go hand in hand, right?
When it comes to envy, I think there's like some kind of malice involved too.
Yeah.
Because if you envy somebody, you're mad at them because they have something that you want.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? There's like some hatred or malice involved. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I wouldn't say comparison is the same as that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And the terms that we're talking.
Unless, yeah, I get, you're right. I see what you're saying as the overall.
If you take this way to get to it or this way, it's still, you know what I'm saying?
Still going to get there.
That's why I like conversing with you. Like, I be missing these talks.
I know it. And the bad thing is, and I'm sure it's going to happen at this point, we get to arguing over this and that. And then at some point, after 13 rabbit holes we've went down, we realized that we want at the end goal is what we both were talking about, but we have completely different ways of thinking about the way that you need to get there.
Man, but that's fine.
It is.
Like, man, no two people should think alike. You know what I'm saying?
And that's exactly right. But that's where leadership comes in.
That's boring. Wouldn't it be a boring world if everybody thought the same?
Yeah. No, because sometimes you need to be told, hey, shut up, man. You shut up.
I disagree.
This needs to happen this way. Your way's not right every time, no matter how bad I want to hear that. But sometimes it just can't happen that way.
But I always listen too, though. I always give grace. Even though it's kind of like shit. And I just listen to them and let them get that shit off their chest.
Right. And that's where it becomes into being a leader. And, being in the military and a leadership position, when you get put in a team, you're in a team with people from all over the world. Yeah, guys, Puerto Rican guys. You got guys from New York. You got guys from Georgia. And what you go through, I guess they call it trauma bonding, is what some people refer to it as. You go through shitty, situations and stuff, and you come together. But you want to talk about different ideas. Oh man, I've seen people almost get stabbed on top of a Bradley over arguments. But,
damn.
But the thing is, when you have good leadership, good leaders, listen, the person that's in the real leadership role probably does the least talking.
Listening.
It's listening and it's accountability. Taking accountability and listening and bringing solutions instead of problems to a group is really, to me, key in being a good leader. That's what I think. Being dependable, bringing solutions. But anyway,
At least
listening.
bring, you know what I'm saying? Bring solutions, or at least putting in value towards.
There's a lot of people that like to bring up problems without a solution. I don't like bringing up a problem to somebody without at least trying to give a solution to it. And I hate when people bring problems to me without any type of solution. Because first of all, I probably didn't have anything to do with that problem.
But you know what I'm saying? But think about it. Somebody brings a problem to you, they obviously trust you enough to tell you about it. You know what I'm saying?
It works that way sometimes, and then sometimes it's just lazy people that don't want to deal with it. You know, it works that way.
But this is the thing too. Just because people bring you their problems don't mean you have to solve them.
Like, well, it depends.
No, it don't.
In the military, it does.
Let me tell you about the. Oh, you talking about military?
Well,
I'm talking about like where
but in civilian life, yeah, you're right. In civilian life, you're exactly right. And so yeah, so we'll stay away from the military side of it. Let's just talk about civilian side of it.
No, it's actually cool because you know what I'm saying. Like, man, that's give me insight on something that I have no clue about. You know what I'm saying?
I can tell you this: insight on the military is easy. You're in a leadership role, you have to deal with everybody's problems, and then you have to fix it.
Man, that's why I don't really try to speak too much on like military issues and shit, because I ain't never been in that. I ain't never been enlisted and I'm damn sure not going. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't really got no value to bring to a conversation, but I'll listen to it.
Right.
And then I'll tell you, like, man, shit. If it ever came in the damn draft, I'll be like, Muhammad Ali, you have to lock me up.
Well, the thing about it is, you say you don't know about this and that, and there's certain things. Yeah, you're right. But the thing is, you've been on teams your whole life. You've been part of a team. You understand, without being in the military, I've been there, I've been on team, you would understand the way. And trust me, what I'm trying to say is, you do have a concept of the way the military works.
The dynamic?
Yes, you do have it. You just don't, it hasn't been confirmed because you had never been there to see it, but I promise, you do have a concept of the way that it should work and the way it does work. But like I said, just in a leadership role like that, yes, everybody that's, assigned to you, who you're a leader over, you are pretty much their daddy. No, when they mess up, you're the one that takes accountability for it. You have to.
Man, but see that like in the military, you don't really do you have a voice? Like it's just like, man, follow commands.
If you have
do you have a voice like, man, that's just
if you have good leadership, you do. Good leadership in the military will make or break your career. If you have good leadership, you can succeed and it will all be great. If you have bad leadership, you will have a miserable life in the military. It's all about your leadership. It affects your lifestyle, it affects your mood, it affects everything about everything. Your leadership from the top to the bottom.
Man, do you enjoy it?
Oh man.
Or is it something you like, okay, say
yes.
10 years ago, would you have just like, fuck it, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do?
Yeah, I was going to. I was going to, and it didn't work out initially. Say it didn't work out. Life happened, but then life happened again, and then it became an option that I really couldn't turn down, and I did it, and it turned my life around. I love the military. Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I loved it.
Life be lifing.
Yeah. And, I tell people this is like, they're like, I've got to do this and that and this and that. And I need to do this to change my life. If I have to go do this, dude, don't say nothing to me about doing something to turn your life around. I joined the freaking army. I know what it's like to have to make choices to turn your life around. But I loved it. I love the military. I guess because I'm good at it. And, to be honest with you, the military is easy.
I mean, team dynamic, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, especially like sports and shit. So you get to the camaraderie.
Yep. And you have a purpose. I have a purpose when I'm there. So that's always good. I am a very purpose-driven person. I don't have a purpose or a goal to work towards. I'll derail.
Can I ask you this?
What?
Like, with all this shit going on, like, is there a possibility that, I don't know how it works, like get called out to, like, deploy or something?
Me?
Would it be possible?
Me?
Yeah.
Not really. I don't think where I'm at. My contract's up in December, so I'm kind of on my way out. But I wouldn't say no. I wouldn't say that it's not possible.
But highly unlikely.
Highly unlikely for me.
Okay.
Especially because I'm in the reserves now. When I was active, I feel like it's actually harder to get deployed on active duty than it is probably in the reserves. Because in the reserves, you can volunteer for deployments. So, like, if there's a unit that gets called to deploy and they don't have the right number of personnel, you can volunteer and go with that unit. In active duty, you can't do that. You can't go unless your unit deploys. So, actually, there's usually a lot more National Guard and reservists deployed. Yeah, I think, I don't know if this might not be true or not, but I think it's actually cheaper for the government to deploy reservists than it is an actual active duty unit. I've heard that, and I don't know if that's true, but I've heard that. Yeah.
Man, it's pretty cool setup, man. I'm like.
Yeah, you like this? It's coming together. It's coming together.
But I remember you was like, man, I think I'm gonna start a podcast. I was like, do it. And then
yeah, episode 11.
Oh shit,
episode 11.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
You kept asking me, you gonna get me on there? Well, what? Yeah, I was like, yeah. You didn't believe me though, did you?
Oh no, man. You ain't never lied to me. We don't have that. We don't have that relationship, man. We always been 100.
I know it.
I didn't know I'd be kind of controversial. And I just, for the first episode, I just tried to tame it down. Let people get to know me. See if they kind of like my stilo.
They gonna love you. Everybody loves Smooth. Everybody loves Smooth. Gonna get back on a good conversation that I've been wanting to talk to you about for a while.